Revenge. This was the only time I ended up in the hospital and spent a week there. I ended up there under rather strange circumstances. A man died in the house where I lived with my family. His sister was collecting money from apartments for the funeral. We learned from her that he died of a heart attack at home, right in his chair, a rather strange death, considering that he lived all alone, and he never had any heart problems. Marina, the man's sister, asked me and a couple of other girls from the neighborhood to look after the apartment for the next couple of weeks. Well, we agreed. We decided to take turns on duty, twice a week, come in, water the flowers, air out the room. It was my turn. I went up to the 3rd floor, opened the door with the key I had left behind. I put it on the nightstand at the entrance. I watered the flowers, opened the window. When I finished all this, I closed the window and headed for the exit, and the keys are not on the nightstand. I decided that I forgot them somewhere in the room, although I was sure that I put them here. I come back and see this picture. The window is wide open, white curtains are fluttering in the wind, and opposite the window stands a girl. She is standing with her back to me, in a long white nightgown, with dark tangled hair, shuddering. Her hands on her wrists look like they are pinched with ropes. Hey, I was a little taken aback by this. For what? The girl sobbed and turned to me. She looked about 14 years old. She had tear-stained eyes, and on her neck there were the same marks from the ropes as on her hands. Suddenly, 2 men ran out of the next room. One ran to the exit, straight at me, and the second, after a pause, headed towards the girl. The girl screamed when he approached her. The accomplice didn't pay attention to this and ran further towards the exit, through me. I didn't even have time to scream. Everything happened so instantly. I staggered back, tripped over the threshold, fell, hit my head and passed out. I woke up in the hospital, and when I opened my eyes, I saw simply shocked doctors. It felt like they were about to bury me, and I just opened my eyes. As it turned out, I had been unconscious for 3 days. The doctors declared a coma, and the fact that I woke up was something inexplicable from their point of view. I told them what had happened. They didn't really believe me, but the girl, my neighbor in the ward, believed me. She told me something about my house. As it turned out, a wealthy family used to live in the apartment on the 3rd floor. The father had his own business. He earned well, so neither his wife nor his daughter needed anything, but his business partner considered himself very offended. He envied his friend, and one late evening, when the businessman and his wife left, he and his faithful comrade made their way into the house where a 14-year-old girl was sleeping. They broke into the safe and were about to leave, but the girl woke up. The envious man suddenly thought that he had not taken enough revenge by stealing every last penny. He pounced on the girl, tied her to the bed and raped her. After that, he strangled her as an unnecessary witness. When her father ran into the apartment with a police squad, the girl's heart had already stopped. The robber was caught. His accomplice was found only a few years later and was still acquitted. A couple of years later, the apartment was sold, and that same accomplice, whose guilt was never proven, moved in. When I was discharged from the hospital, I immediately went to that apartment. Why, just like that, I put flowers in a vase, in memory of that girl. The man must have seen the same thing I saw, and his heart couldn't take it, or maybe the girl's ghost just took revenge on him. It was stupid of him to return to the crime scene.